Good afternoon. I'm your host, Jacob Hazel, and man, do we have a good weekend. Rockets won. Texans won. U of H won. I'm going to go over all that in the episode and give you a little player spotlight over none other than Will Anderson. So, you know about him already, just letting y'all know how good he is. I'm going to go ahead and get started into the Texans recap, so let's get into it. So, offensively for the Texans, to keep it short, keep it sweet for the game, we sucked. We scored 0 points in the first half. We had a couple promising drives. First drive of the game, we drive all the way down the field. We take the ball. Andre Ware had a pretty good call on the broadcast. We're trying to punish a team that's not good. We're trying to score, set the tone early. We drive the ball all the way down the field. We get to the 1 yard line, 4th and 1, and we, instead of running in, instead of throwing a pass play, having them stopped at the 1, we take a sack, and then on that ensuing drive, instead of being at their own 1, they're on their own 7, so they have a little bit more room. They're able to take it all the way down the field and get 3 points on their first drive of the game. So it made it 3-0 after the first quarter, which was rough. Davis Mills, he took a couple sets that weren't the best today, but that's okay. It's okay. He ended up learning. And then defensively, I mean, you can only ask so much. At the end of the first half, the score was 3-0, so there's not much to talk about besides great defense. Defensively, we only gave up 3 points off one good drive, and that was it. So defense played great like they've been playing all year. One of the best defenses of all time. I'm going to keep saying it. And then the second quarter, we had something going yet again. We were in field goal range, and Davis Mills took another sack. Knocked us out of field goal range a little bit before the half ended, and that's how the half ended. 3-0, Titans starting with the ball. And then Titans came out the gate, got 3 on their very first drive to make it 6-0, but it's still a one-score game. Get a touchdown, get points on the board, do something. We're right there in it. And then the following drive was exactly what we needed, and it was our star player, all Nico Collins. He had an 18-yard catch, a 13-yard catch, and then capped it off with a 4-yard touchdown. If Davis Mills is starting, Davis Mills is going to find Nico. That's his guy. That's his guy. And then we were able to tack on a couple field goals to make it 13-7, and we held that lead up until the very end, where the final drive ensued. So we got stopped. The Titans got the ball with about 2 minutes left. A little bit more than that. 3 minutes. And they started on their own, I'm pretty sure it was their own 10-yard line or right in their own territory. And very first thrown by Cam Ward, they're going to call a pass interference on Stingley. One of those 25-yard PI calls that moves him all the way down the field. It was pretty weak. I mean, technically he did grab his hand, but the dude wasn't catching it anyways. And then the very next play, Cam Ward had a really nice rush, 20-yard gain that put him at the 45 or 35. Basically, plenty of time to make a play. They're not worried about time at all anymore. They're just worried about scoring because of that big old play that he had. And then we get a big sack. We get a huge sack. We get him to 3rd and 17. We're winning 13-6, 3rd and 17. We're good. We're good. One stop. There's no way we're good. And then on 3rd and 17, we give up a 30-yard bomb to Chig Okonkwo, and they get down to the 5-yard line. And it's come on, man. And then they score. The very next play, Van Jefferson catches a touchdown, tied up 13-13. But too much time for the general. Too much time for the general. They had about a minute or so left. We had a couple timeouts, so plenty of time, especially with the new field goal rules. You start at the 35. 2 first downs, you're basically in field goal range. And he took another sack, which it looked bad. It was another sack where we got sent back. It was 3rd and 17. You're thinking, dude, the Titans are going to get the ball back. They have 3 timeouts. What are they going to do now? And then on 3rd and 15, 3rd and long, Davis Mills throws an absolute laser over the head of the linebacker and in front of the cornerback. Nico's right there. And Nico makes an incredible catch on the sideline. Snags it, barely gets his 2 feet in. I mean, top 5 Nico for a reason. He's top 5, and that play just showed you. I mean, what a play. The catch was incredible. I suggest y'all go back and look at it. It was an incredible catch. But that catch basically got us a first down, and we had about a minute left with 2 timeouts, and that was about all gaining positive yardage. We were able to do that. Davis Mills threw a short route, a little cross or drag to Dalton Schultz to get about 10 yards, and then we're in field goal range from there. Woody March ran it a couple times, held onto the ball, and we were able to knock in the field goal. Shout out Matthew Wright today. I mean, game-winning field goal. The guy's kicked for 2 other teams this year, Commanders, and the and he kicked for the Titans as well this year. So I guess 3rd time's a charm. It's cool to see him getting the job done, especially for journeyman kickers. That's always cool. that'll do it for the recap. I'm going to the notes that I have for the game. A great game for the Texans. Even though it was not how we wanted to win, even though we're playing the worst team in the league, if you win, I don't care. It's a great game. It's football. There's 16 games. A win is a win. That's it. Move on. Next week, we'll play better, whatnot, but a good win's a good win. I don't care. We fought. We played hard. And I'm happy to see us get a W. Again, we're playing with our backup quarterback. So, Davis Mills, the backup quarterback today. 275 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. Not the prettiest stat line, but he did what I wanted him to do, which is not turn it over. Whenever your defense is this good, this is exactly what happens. You don't have to be good at offense. You just need a couple good drives, and your defense can carry you by only giving up 13 points. So, he didn't lose the game. He didn't win the game, but he did make that play down the stretch. Great throw down the stretch. So, again, top 5 backup QB in the league. The general, getting it done, man. Nico! 9 catches on 10 targets, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. He's a top 5 receiver in the NFL. He might be number 5, but he's a top 5 receiver in the NFL. I don't care. He's so good. If you get the ball in his hands, he's electric, and I just love seeing Nico catch the ball, man. He's so good. Jaden Higgins, he's continuing to perform, especially with a limited snap percentage. Past couple weeks, he's only been about 55%. This week, he didn't run a whole bunch of routes again. I think it was about 60%. But 4 catches, 55 yards. He's been a reliable target for us out there, which I think is great. If we draft you second round and give you guaranteed money, buddy, you got to be good, which he has been. And then, just to complain on offense, where's Noel? I'm so tired of seeing Christian Kirk on the field. He's solid for sure, but there's just no upside. What did we draft Noel for in the second round? I mean, unless it was just for punt returns. He's a great punt returner. I mean, but like, I don't know. Christian Kirk gives us no upside. I don't think he's... Noel's way more explosive, a better playmaker, and I'd much rather see Noel get on that field and maybe make a play for us than seeing Christian Kirk drop a pass that he should have caught on that 4th down. But here nor there. Just please play Noel, the guy we drafted in the second round. Please. On the defensive side of the ball, Will Anderson's like an absolute dog. Like, huge play today. He got a sack, and then it was a strip sack that Cam Ward fumbled. He jumped on top of the fumble, recovered the fumble, and then got up and ran an extra 10 yards. I mean, he's a dog. I love seeing Will Anderson play football. He's up to 7 sacks on the year now, which is great. And then Stingley's just a lockdown corner. Best corner in the league, not named PS2. I'm glad we're able to lock him up whenever we did. He's just so good. So it's great to see Stingley cooking. It's great to see him healthy. You can tell he's battling through it. There's a couple plays where he gets up and he's grimacing. So Stingley's a dog, man. He's working. He's working. Next thing, Danielle Hunter, 7.5 sacks. I mean, he's doing what we paid him to do the last couple weeks. He had a 1.5 sacks and 3 QB hits today. He's so good. That's why we're paying him, and that's why he's in the upper echelon of edge rushers whenever it comes to the money, because he is so damn good. And then lastly, Tommy Togai, I hope I'm saying your name right. Shout out to you, man. You had a great game, and you've been great for us all year, but you had a huge game today. You had a half a sack, and that pass deflection stopped a crucial pass. You're always there. If you play on D'Amico's D-line, my thought process, if you're on D'Amico's D-line, you're good. If I see you on D'Amico's D-line, you're good. And everywhere someone else goes, they're good. Malik Collins on the Browns was making plays yesterday. Sheldon Rankins, great player. Every time he plays on D'Amico's D-line, really good. Tommy Togai, so good. I think D'Amico, whatever, if you're on his defense, he's going to believe in you, and he's not going to trust someone who's not that good. And Tommy Togai has been exceptional for us this year. So shout out to him. Props to him, because he's been a great rotational pass rusher for us, clogging up interior rushing lanes, and, I mean, had half a sack today in a pass deflection. So shout out to him. That's going to do it for the Texans recap and notes for the episode. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. If that's what you tuned in for, go Texans. Let's go Texans. 5-5 all the year now. We're only a game back of the Jaguars for that last wild card spot, so just got to keep winning. We got a gauntlet coming up, but I believe you just got to have faith. CJ7's coming back, so we're going to have faith. CJ7's going to cook. We're going to beat the Ravens. We'll move from there. Just got to keep winning week by week. All right, so now to get into the Rockets recap portion of the episode, Rockets notes and takeaways. Rockets recap coming into the game. We're playing the Magic team, who we're without Paulo Banchero. He's missing his second game with a groin injury. Out Jalen Suggs. He doesn't play back-to-back. They're trying to keep him healthy because he's had a pretty lengthy injury history since coming over to the Magic and playing. He's been good whenever he's played. Hopefully he gets out there. I'm a big Jalen Suggs fan. I'm sorry that he hit such a cool shot and there was no fans there. That was rough. But the first quarter, I mean, Magic started out really hot. Similar to last game, Wendell Carter had an early 8, kind of like Tumani Kamara, where they hit a couple threes, they got a layup, and he has an early 8, and I just don't personally think that's going to last. I don't think Wendell Carter's dropping 30 points on me. Same way I don't think Tumani Kamara's dropping 30 points on me. So I'm not worried about that. That's not something that I'm pressing about. If Wendell Carter hits 6 threes today and beats us, we were meant to lose. So, I mean, they basically Magic held us the whole first quarter. Like, we had it close for the beginning. We had 2-0 lead, 4-3 lead, and then the Magic had to lead the rest of the way. Every time we would, like, get close, the Magic would just go on a little bit more run. We'd get it within a couple, 3 to 5 points, and then the Magic would make it, like, 7 to 10. And in that first quarter, the Magic kept it at a good distance. It was, like, 10 points the whole quarter, 7 to 10. And then towards the end of the quarter, before the quarter ended, there was a nice chase down block by Katie. He turned it over. Katie chased down Swat, and then Reed came down. Reed can jump, man. Reed can jump. Reed came down, elevated. I thought he was going to catch a body, but he turned it into a layup, and he had a nice little layup to cut it to 7 before the first quarter ended. So, I mean, personally, I was feeling confident. Like, I felt like the Magic at that point had been more physical than us, but I felt like they're without Paolo. Franz or Baines got to sit at some point. Like, we got this. We're good. And then the second quarter, it was more the same. The second quarter consisted of us, like, trying to get back into it, getting it within a couple points, and then the Magic stretching that lead out yet again, a couple buckets here and there. It was pretty frustrating. It's like we're almost there, and then we're just not. It was tough. But there was a couple highlights in the second quarter. Reed, like, whenever Reed does something, everybody loves it. Bench loves it. KD loves it. He hypes him up on the court. So it's always fun to see Reed do something to get everyone else going. In the second quarter, he hit a 3. Very Nets play. He followed it up with a midi at the elbow. He loves that spot. And then a couple minutes later, he had this nasty snatchback 3-pointer in basically someone's face. And it was nasty. He was having a great quarter. Reed was feeling himself. Every time he was making the shot, they'd pan the camera to him, and he'd be smiling. So I like seeing him play with that confidence, that aggression, that fun, that joy. Because, I mean, it's a game. If you're enjoying yourself, you can play the best you can. Steven Adams had a lot of rebounds. He was rebounding the ball in the second quarter pretty well. Just no touch. A guy couldn't hit a layup, save a life today. It was pretty bad. But he was boarding the ball really well, and that's what we needed him to do. Again, they're keeping us at arm's length. Score at the end of the first quarter was 30-23, 7-point lead. The score at the end of the second quarter is 55-46, a 9-point lead. So the Magic actually extended their lead by 2 points at halftime. But again, you're thinking, no, Paolo, we got this. Let's stay in it. Even though we're not coming back yet, we got this. We're still in it this whole time. It's not like 15, 20. It's single digits. We just got to get a couple stops. In the third quarter, it was more the same where we're trying to come back. We're trying to fight through, claw back, basically. Get to that lead. In this third quarter, Reed got picked on by Franz a little bit. It's going to happen. I guess that showed you what's going to happen whenever you get picked on. He can be targeted if they choose to, if they scheme it right. Franz Reed committed 3 fouls in a row, basically, because Franz was just bullying him. But that's okay. We'll learn. We adjusted to it. We didn't let it happen again. Our defensive scheme switched up a little bit. They recognized what they were trying to do. But we're very lucky. All these fouls didn't really... The Magic missed 9 free throws today in a game that went to overtime. So we're lucky they were missing those free throws, because if they weren't missing those free throws, then it could have been a whole different game. And we were able to finally close the gap a little bit by the end of the third, making it 80-77 before the quarter ended. So we're looking good. We're looking better. We feel good. We're at that 3-point deficit. And then fourth quarter, about 9 minutes, we're making a run, and then the Magic do their thing where they extend it back to 7, or it was a 5-point lead, and Reed goes up for a layup, gets swatted. Desmond Bane probably said, "Get that shit out of here, pussy." Like, so, I mean, come on, you got your stuff swatted. It was pretty bad. It was a mean swat. It was a mean swat, so he told him. I mean, just competitively. And Reed got a little butthurt, so he tripped him. And he got a flagrant for that, so they got 2 free throws and the ball, and I'm pretty sure they scored right after. So it was like a big swing, and you're thinking, like, we just had it to 2 to 3 points or whatnot, man. What are we doing? But also, I think at that point, I think it kind of amped up the team, because they're like, Reed doesn't care. Reed has that Amin Thompson that, like, man, fuck you. You're talking shit, I'm gonna trip you. I don't even care. Forget the whatever. Like, just that competitive nature. I think they enjoy that. I think the bench enjoys that. And personally, I think that was a turning point. I mean, I don't think the stats showed. I mean, obviously, it was only a 9-point game, so it's not going to look like that. But I like seeing Reed get in there and getting feisty, man. I like seeing him getting feisty. KD and Şengün on the stretch were unstoppable. The two-man game was great, no matter who it had, whatever matchup they wanted, basically. So if Şengün had Bane on him, for whatever reason, Şengün would get the ball. If KD had a big man on him, or if he had Wendell Carter on him, KD would get the ball. Whatever matchup they wanted is what they would do. So they were able to do a lot because KD and Şengün are natural mismatches. One-on-one, you can't guard Şengün. I mean, the big man couldn't guard him. Badadze was getting cooked. Wendell Carter wasn't... I mean, Wendell Carter actually had a great game defensively, so... But, for example, like Badadze, whenever he was in there, because Wendell Carter was in foul trouble, he was getting cooked. So you have to double team, so it's just really good. Both those guys, you need to double. And then the fourth quarter came down to the final, 2 minutes. KD hits our first three to make it 97-96 with about 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. First lead since the 4-3, so huge. Magic get a couple buckets. They make it 197 with 30 seconds left. And the ball is in KD's hands. And this is that moment where you're thinking, this is what we've been looking for. We've been looking for that closer. We've been looking for that guy to give the ball to down the stretch that isn't Şengün, because Şengün could just be doubled so easily as a big man. We needed a guy who could go get a bucket, especially from the perimeter. KD, three-pointer, in Wendell Carter's face, 20 seconds left, tie game. That is what we've been looking for. I love KD, man. Boom. But with the way that the time worked, Magic were able to have the final shot. They can hold it. They can take the final shot. They make it. They win. They miss. Then we go to overtime. Bane makes a move to the basket with about 5 seconds left. Bane rises up. Şengün straight up. Great defense. Gets all ball. And then Bane pushes it with his arm on the follow through. So it was initially ruled Magic ball. We challenge it and we get the ball right after. So huge defensive play by Şengün. And then now we have the advantage. Now we get to take the shot or send it to overtime. And you're thinking, well, KD's going to get the ball. We're good. We set a double screen. KD pops out to the perimeter on the inbound pass. We have Şengün inbounding, so he can see everything. And Amin cuts to the basket, and he's wide open. They slept. They forgot about him. And Şengün missed him. Missed him completely. We would have won the game right there. And it's like, damn it. But it's okay. Inbound the ball to KD. We still have a chance to get a shot up in a moment, real quick. And he tries to throw the ball to KD. KD slips and falls. Magic get a steal. Magic run down. Anthony Black gets a steal, runs down. Dunks it. Şengün being Şengün. He's trying. He's hustling. Fouls Anthony Black and one. And in my notes, I literally put, this is a lame-ass way to lose the game. I thought it was over. I mean, it was just stupid. It felt stupid. What? We did all that just to lose like that? No way. And Anthony Black, you can see him on the broadcast. He looks up at the jumbotron. He's on his fucking head, hyping it up. I'm like, yeah, it was. But I'm a salty Rockets fan, so I'm like, man, shut up, just shoot your free throw. He shoots his free throw and he misses, which is huge because now it's only a 2-point game at 102-90 instead of a 3-point game, forcing you to get a 3-pointer, which opens up so many more options. Everything on the court's now open for you to tie the game. So there was a super clutch missed free throw by Anthony Black for us. We have one timeout left. We're able to advance the ball. So with 1 second left, we have a min inbound in the ball this time. So Şengün maybe can get a look at the layup, and then KD look in the midi. So we basically run a similar action, except this time we run it all in the paint. And what we're able to do is the two guys, we had Reed Shepard, a shooter, and another shooter, I think it was KD who did it, or Jabari. Jabari and Reed come over there. They set a screen. They all flare out. And then Şengün's just left, and he instantly seals Jonathan Isaac into, basically restricted area where he can't even set a charge. Amin zips the pass in there. Şengün catches it, instantly goes up, makes the layup with 1 second left to make it 102, and send it to overtime. Great play call by Ime. That was a great play design. That was awesome. I mean, the play design, looking back on the broadcast, that was really creative. That was really smart. Because they were focused on KD so much. If you looked at broadcast, they're focused on Kevin Durant because that's where the ball should theoretically be going. But Şengün's a stud. So that was awesome. We go to overtime, and honestly, I'm just gonna read the plays because it's overtime. It's 5 minutes. Who cares? We went big in overtime to punish the last. We brought in Steven Adams. he was having a good game. It was paying off. He just wasn't making any layups. That's fine. The rebounding is still so big. And it paid off on the second possession of overtime. We had 5 offensive rebounds between Şengün and Adams tipping it away, grabbing the ball, going back up in one possession, able to get a bucket. And then Desmond Bane had hit a couple floaters. He was going off in overtime. In fourth quarter, I think he had 15 to 17 points between fourth quarter and overtime. So he was really heating up. He was turning up. So, and Amin had a dunk to make it 106 with 3 minutes left. Amin didn't have his best game, but he stayed in it, and he stayed in that dunker spot and dunked the basketball whenever we needed him to. Also had it was about 10 boards or something like that. So he played a great game, even though his shooting isn't everything, points aren't everything. He did everything else the right way and stayed in it. And at the end, he was able to get those clutch points for us. So, Şengün hit a nasty and one spin shot, like push shot from the free throw line on Desmond Bane, who he was talking all game, Desmond Bane. So, like, Şengün, not to him, to his bench, is like, he can't guard me. And, I mean, he can. I mean, you're 7 foot, but still. He can't guard you, buddy. He can't guard you. I agree. And then he hit the free throw, make it 109-106. And we're like, let's go. Let's get a stop. And then Anthony Black, very next play, gets his own and one on Şengün to make it 109. And he makes the free throw this time, 109. So 109. De Silva, with a minute left, actually gets fouled. And he gets to the free throw line. And again, the Magic biggest flaw today, the thing that I think really lost them the game, was the fact that they did not hit free throws. He goes 1 out of 2 to make it 110-109. And Amin comes down in the dunker spot again, playing it so well, is able to dunk the basketball to make it 111-110. And then KD, 30 seconds left. We have the ball. Basically the game right here. If KD makes this, then it's a free throw battle. If we lose free throw battle, we lose free throw battle. That's just stupid. I hate free throw battles. I wish we could do something different about the end of the game in the NBA, but I have no solution, so I don't know. But basically the game comes down to this. KD has the ball. If he makes it, we go up by 3 or 4. If he misses it, Magic have a chance to win. Gets the ball, gets to a spot, and rises up, dagger 2. We go up by 3, which that basically sealed the game. Then we played the free throw game after, but I mean, KD is just incredible. He hit the 3 to give us the lead to make it 97-96. He hits the 3 to tie the game to make it 100-100. He hits a 3 in overtime. His only 3s of the game were the biggest 3s he could have possibly hit. Besides that, he missed all of them. This is exactly what we've been looking for. That big shot maker. And he did it today. And we won the game because of it. So that's the Rockets recap. It was a long, lengthy recap because we went to overtime. A lot to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and do my notes and takeaways now. Kevin Durant, while we're on the subject, he's just so damn good. He's so good. 35, 5 and 6 today in 45 minutes. The old man's playing a lot. But Ryan Rollins, again, I like listening to our team, listening to our announcers. I love listening to our guys talk because they would see him day in and day out. But he had a good call on the broadcast. He's like, dude, we talked about needing a finisher. Like, how many times last year did you hear someone say that the Rockets need that one guy, that one shot maker to go do down the stretch to get a bucket? And we needed a closer, and we have the best, like one of the best of all time. We didn't just get like a good closer. No, we got one of the best closers to ever do it. So, I mean, KD's incredible. He's the one that's going to take this team to new heights. He's the one that's going to take this team to a championship if we get there. Şengün and everyone else will obviously do their part, but he's the piece that's getting us over that hump. And you see it today. You see exactly why we traded for Kevin Durant. Şengün, he fought it efficiently-wise, 11 for 30 today, which was pretty rough. But it was a gutsy performance. He ended up with 30, 12, and 8, 2 blocks. I mean, had that clutch block in the fourth quarter, was making plays down the stretch nonstop in the fourth and in overtime. I love when he gets that little swag going. He starts doing that with his shoulders. He starts talking shit, saying he can't guard me. I love that. Stop bitching, please. But you're so damn good. You're so good, man. You're so good. And way to fight it today. You didn't have your best up, but you still fought it. Reed, big 16 points today, 7 boards for a guy who's always the smallest guy. Typically the smallest guy on the court. 2 assists and a steal. 6 of 11, 2 of 4 from 3. Continues to shoot the ball efficiently as well. Had a couple big free throws during that free throw battle that I thought was pretty cool. And he's just playing with a smile on his face. He's having fun. He's confident. He's going to continue to grow. I'm sure Ime is gonna keep him off the bench right now because it's working. But I would not be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Reed started in a month or two over Kogi or over DFS. Whenever DFS comes back, that might change things. Maybe he'll go with the vet. Ime will. But man, Reed's playing like he might need to be a starter. We'll see though. Give it another month. Also, it's fun to have that heat check off the bench. So either way, it's whatever's working is working. Whatever Ime does, I trust Ime. Amin, I said it earlier, it wasn't his best offensive game, but I still love the game from him because he's doing everything else. He's playing defense, he's getting rebounds, he's playing hard, and whenever we needed him to, he was in that right spot at the right time to make crucial dunks and plays. So he didn't have the best game. He fought it just like Shingun did, but he was able to come up clutch whenever it mattered, and we can trust him to just stay in it even if he's not having his best game in the future, which is in the playoffs. You're not going to have your best game every game. They're going to scheme you, so you got to stay in it and make the plays whenever it counts down the stretch. Jabari, double-double, clutch threes. I feel like every time he shoots a clutch three-point shot, his rating goes up by like 50. It just feels like it's going in every time it's like a clutch shot to tie up a game or take a lead or something. But just day in and day out, he's just contributing. I mean, he's so good, so versatile. Shout out his defense. They were trying to attack him one-on-one, and he held his own pretty well. I mean, Jabari is so versatile. It's almost like a different thing he does each night. Last night, he dropped 22 points and was a scorer for us. Tonight, he had 10 points and 10 boards, and he's a rebounder and defender for us. He can do whatever we need him to do, and I love Jabari Smith for that. Steven Adams played 27 minutes tonight. A lot of minutes for the guy. 13 boards, so, I mean, 1 of 8 could not do anything around the rim, but 13 rebounds is a great place to be, and that's why he's in there. I'll gladly take 13 rebounds any day of the week. And he started an OT for us, so, I mean, the double big lineup worked to perfection in double overtime, so great minutes from Adams today. Lastly, Aaron Holiday, 10 points. Wasn't in the rotation up until, 2 games ago, and now he's dropping 10 points. I mean, he's a stay ready crew. Stay ready crew. I hope Aaron Holiday sits on the end of our bench as a third stringer till he wants to retire, because every time he plays, solid defense, pretty good. He's actually pretty good at attacking the rim, which I didn't know until seeing him play as a Houston Rocket, and he's a very, very, very good shooter. So that's going to do it for the Rockets recap. The Rockets now, they moved to third in the West. They're only 3 games back of the Thunder yet again. We're still stuck behind the Thunder because the Thunder are cooking. They're really good. Yeah, and then I want to highlight the team stats real quick before I'm done with the Rockets. Rockets, we out-rebounded them 60-38, so we did our job on the glass. Meanwhile, in the turnovers, we were losing at 14-8, which made sense why the glass and the turnover disparity evened out and made it such a close game. And then the thing that separated the game for me was hitting the free throws. We each hit 25 free throws, but the Magic had 5 more attempts than us. If the Magic just make those free throws, they win the game. Considering also, we had like 4 to 6 attempts that came at the end of the game that really weren't even part of our free throws. So, I mean, Magic, if you hit your free throws, you probably win. But here nor there, Rockets win. That's all I care about. Go Rockets. And that's going to do it for the Rockets portion of the episode. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the U of H. So if you tune in for the Rockets, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and start talking about my U of H Cougars. Coming into the game, U of H is ranked number 1 in the nation versus Auburn, who's ranked number 22. Auburn did lose 3 of their 5 starters from last year, lost their head coach right before the season started. But they're still a very good team, still well coached. The key player, Tashad Pettiford, who's been really good. He hasn't been good to start the year. He's actually struggled to start the year pretty poorly. He's only averaging like 10 points or 11 points on pretty poor efficiency. But you know he's good. You know in a big moment he can get the job done, and he did it to us last year. Like literally last year, he was the one who down the stretch was able to steal that game for us. So watch out for him. And then Keyshawn Hall, he's averaging 24, 11, and 3 with a steal and a block. The kid's a stud. So those were the key players we had to watch out for during the game. The first half was tightly contested. Going back and forth. What I want to highlight in the first half were the 5 stars, the U of H 5 stars in the first half. Chris Sinak had 10 points, which is nice. Nice 10 points. Harwell had 5 points. The thing with Harwell, it's kind of tough because he's playing behind 2 vets, but he's playing solid minutes. He's also rebounding and defending pretty well whenever he's out there. And then Kingston Flemings had 18 points in the first half. I mean, the freshman's cooking, man. The freshmen are just contributing early and often, all three of them, which is nice to see. I'm glad. I mean, Samson's not going to get people he doesn't think can contribute right away, especially if they're like the highly touted guys. Second half was much of the same, where it was contested back and forth. And for much of the game, it felt like Auburn's more physical. I mean, the offense rebound stats was 14-14. And a stat that U of H never normally gets matched. And the fact that they were able to match them was kind of insane. It's shocking to me. I'm sure Samson's going to be on their ass whenever they get back, because you normally don't see that stat. I think that was telling about how hard that Auburn was playing. Snack had another 10 points in the second half, so he was able to drop 20 points today. Had a couple threes. I mean, the guy is really good. And then in the end, we're barely hanging on the lead. We had a 73-66 lead. Then it went to 73-68. Then it was 73-69. Then it was 73-70. Then it was 73-72. Thank God they were missing free throws, because it could have very easily been much, much worse. I thought what was really cool is the game on the line. We're up by a point. The ball was in Kingston Fleming's hands. It didn't work out well. We ended up turning the ball over. But the trust in Samson to give the ball to the freshmen over the guys that were on the national championship, runner-up to the national championship team last year, I mean, that's incredible. That much trust for a freshman, 5 games into the year, on the road against Auburn, who has an electric crowd, is insane. I thought that was super cool, and that's telling of what Samson believes and thinks Kingston Fleming is going to do for him this year. He's going to be that Chev, that Crier, now that Flemings, who's going to go get a bucket down the stretch. And now, he didn't do it this time. We turned the ball over, which is tough. So the Auburn has a chance. Under 30 seconds, Auburn, similar to the Magic, where they take the final shot, they either win or lose. Win or lose. That's it. They're not giving us a chance to get the ball after. And again, super cool. Samson in the past has raved about Emmanuel Sharp's on-ball defense. He's been tasked with the toughest defensive assignment. Kingston Flemings gets Pettiford, who's the one that's going to get the ball. He's the one that's guarding Pettiford down the stretch. Which, again, final play of the game, you're putting the freshman on him. A whole bunch of trust goes into that, which is super cool to see. And then Fleming's defense was insane on Pettiford. These final plays. So, Pettiford gets the ball in the inbounds. He makes a move, drives to the paint, goes up for the shot. Flemings comes from behind, swats it. Boom. They sub the ball. Then, they inbound the ball to shot, and then Flemings deflects it out of bounds. Boom. So it's like, this kid's making play after play, and they still have the ball. He's already made 2 great defensive plays. And on the third one, Kingston Fleming sticks with him, plays great defense on Pettiford, and he does his job, and then Pettiford's actually able to get by him for just a second, and Sacco comes from behind, swats it from behind, with like 1 second left. So we got a third stop, and they still have the ball. But I just wanted to shout out Kingston Fleming's defense. That was incredible on-ball defense. The way he was able to stay glued to him was really cool. And then Sacco making that was a huge clutch box, especially for a third-string big man, considering our first 2 were fouled out. JoJo and Chris Sinak were going through foul trouble the whole game, and they ended up fouling out by this point. So it was up to our third-string big man to hold it down. And then with 1 second left, they tried to do an inbound pass off the sideline to like a dunk. Apparently it was controversial. They said we fouled him. We didn't foul him. They didn't call a foul. We won the game, and that's all that matters. So, U of H Cougars were able to get the dub, 73-72. Kingston Flemings played a huge part, but I'll give you my notes and takeaways from it right now. Kingston Flemings. I mean, he's, like I said earlier, he's our new Shedder Crier. Whenever we need something, we're going to give him the ball, because he's unstoppable one-on-one. Like, he's so quick. He's so quick to the basket. You can't guard him one-on-one. And 22, 5, 7 today. Had a clutch block. 8 of 13 from the field. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 1 of 3 from 3. I mean, the guy can't be guarded. He's super fun to watch. Super athletic. And I'm super excited to see him play this year. It's great. Chris Sinak, his ability to stretch the floor is incredible. And Kelvin Sampson said it best. The kid has a gift. The kid can rebound. Some of the rebounds he was pulling down today were so athletic. It was pretty fun to watch. The eye test shows it, like I said, and then so do the stats. 9 boards today to go 18 points. I mean, fighting through foul trouble, was still able to get 9 boards. The vets, they didn't have their best game, Uzan and Sharp, but they did stay in it. They fought hard defensively, played great defense, maintained that leadership, and they stayed level-headed. Of course, you expect that. I mean, the team just were runner-up for the Natty last year, so they played like the vets they should, even though their shot might not necessarily have been falling the way that they like it to, you know? Which I thought was great. And they still hit some big shots on the stretch, especially Uzan had a couple of big shots on the stretch, which was, again, that's all you want. Just stay level-headed, stay in it. Y'all are vets. Y'all know what to do, and that's what they did. Shout out to JoJo, depoy for a reason. I'm going to touch on him every time because every time he's going to have steals. He's going to have a block. Today he had 2 steals on a block. I mean, I also am appreciating the aggressiveness around the rim offensively. He's taking shots. They didn't fall today, but a couple that just missed. I think I want him to develop that offensive side a little bit because I want him to go to the league, man. I want him to have a role in the NBA, and I hope he develops that offensive side so he can continue to do that. 2 more people. Khalifa Sako, I hope I'm saying your name right, bro. You made a huge play. It was pretty cool because the play before you messed up a defensive assignment to make it a 1-point game where you didn't really understand the defense that well. You thought someone was rotating. They didn't rotate, but that's okay. You're learning. It's the 5th game of the season. But whenever it mattered most, you had a clutch game-winning, essentially, block to swat it out of bounds from behind, which is super cool. Way to stay in it and way to just get the job done, man. Shout out to him. 3rd-string big man playing on the road in a hostile environment and was able to get it done. So shout out to you, man. Great job. And then lastly, Harwell, the last of the 5 stars, he's been playing good. He's been playing good defense. He's been rebounding. It's just a tough position for him because there's only 3 guard and wing spots and there's 4 players. 2 of them are the vets and Kingston Flemings is unstoppable. So there's not as much room for him to get PT. He's still getting 20 minutes, but down the stretch, he's just not going to be in the lineup, sadly. And that is what it is, and that's okay. He's still been a great player for us, a good contributor. So that's going to do it for the U of H portion of the episode. Thank you so much if you came in to listen to U of H Cougars. Go Coogs. We're still number 1 on the year. We moved to 4-0. Still number 1 in the in the AP poll, obviously. It's pretty exciting. We're going to win the national championship this year. I hope we get it. I'm so excited, man. So that's going to do it for the Coots. I'm going to go over my Will Anderson little talk about him being really, really good. And that's going to do it for the episode today. Will Anderson is an absolute beast. I'm just going to read you some stats just so you can understand how good he is. And this is all it's going to be. It's just going to be a Will Anderson appreciation for how good the guy is post. Or a little spotlight. I mean, it's not as niche as Josh Okogie being good minutes. It's Will Anderson's our star. Let me show you why he's our star. I mean, his PFF grade is a 90. That's 4th out of 114 edge rushers. 53 pressures is 2nd out of that 114. 2 forced fumbles is 5th out of that 114. 40 hurries is 1st out of that 114. And 7 sacks is tied for 10th out of that 114. Out of all the pass rushers in the league. As you can see by the stats, he's an absolute dog. He's an absolute beast. He's one of the best in the league. And we need to pay the man. I don't care. Just give him whatever. Give him what Myles Garrett got. I don't really care because contract's going to keep going up. The dude deserves it. He's so good, and that's the way contract's going to go. You're just going to have to keep paying top dollar. Lock him up. Please don't be stupid. He's produced every year since he's came in. He's been a game wrecker. Even whenever he's not getting sacks, teams are doubling him. He's getting pressures. Like the 40 hurries is really cool because a lot of the times he might not get the sack, but he's hurrying the QB. He's pressuring the QB, and they're worried about Will Anderson getting on their back and getting hit by Will Anderson. He also plays with like such a joy. Every time you see Will Anderson, you're going to see him smiling. You're going to see him having fun, which I think is super cool. And he's a leader, man. I thought the play that, again, I highlighted earlier during the Texans recap, but that play where he forces the fumble, jumps on the fumble, runs for like 10, 15 yards, that's Will Anderson. He's a hustler. He works hard. He's gritty. He's determined. He's gonna do all the little things and all the dirty work, like jumping on that ball. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna run too. And Will Anderson is so good. I just want Nick Caserio, please re-sign him. Whatever, 4 years, 160 million, 40 million. I don't really care. Give him the Myles Garrett contract. Like, just lock him up, please. Today's spotlight is just a lock him up, please. But that's going to do it for today's episode. It was a little longer. We had 3 different games to cover, 3 different recaps, 3 different notes and takeaways. I really, really appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much if you made it this far. If you did make it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what I could do better. And thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Hopefully y'all have a great week.